All right, yo, it's a little bit of a longer video. It's not scripted. It's more in like a podcast type of format. So if you just want to kick back and listen, definitely you can do that, bro. Grab some drinks and eat, ride in the car, whatever case like that, and just check it out. These are my thoughts on the Bengals 2019 draft. Boom. All right, fellas, you know what time it is. NFL Draft 2019 is over, and I want to give my thoughts on how my team, the Cincinnati Bengals, how we came out of that thing. First off, you may be surprised by my feeling about this draft, but we'll get to that a little bit more at the end. Now, I'm not gonna go into every pick in super detail, some more detailed than others, but let's kick it off, right? So in round one, we got Jonah Williams, offensive lineman out of Bama. I was extremely happy about this pick. It was gonna be real hard for us to mess this pick up in my mind, because we could have went so many different ways. If either of the Devons had fallen to us, I was perfectly good with taking them. Steelers ended up jumping in front of us to get Devin Bush. That's cool. We still could have took whoever we thought the best quarterback was, and I'd have been happy. Or at that point, an offensive lineman, since the linebackers were gone. I was super happy with this pick because this was the first offensive lineman to come off the board, meaning to us, this was the best offensive lineman in the draft. Now, it's not one of those Quentin Nelson years, but we really, really needed to solidify our offensive line, man. We have Joe Mixon, who's one of the best running backs in the league, and a lot of people don't even know this because, one, we the Bengals, and a lot of people don't watch us, and I understand why. I'm not saying you should at this point. And secondly, our offensive line is just so bad over the last couple of years since we lost Big Whitworth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just haven't been able to put it together. So it's been very difficult. And Joe's still been doing his thing. But he's going to be a lot more productive, I think, going forward for several reasons. But one of those reasons is because we went out, we got our offensive lineman. Now, I watched the Jonah Williams interviews and everything. This dude's so happy to come to Cincinnati. He wanted to play for us, and you know what I'm saying, he ready to come in, commit, and get it in. We didn't go get no diva, we didn't go get no, you know what I'm saying, like the big splash, like sexy pick, which I do sometimes fall for, but I was extremely happy with this pick, and I think this dude gonna bring a lot to our team as far as just mindset and toughness, you know what I'm talking about. And now our offensive line is so much better with the free agents that we kind of brought in, and then we go out and draft this dude. So we got a lot of flexibility on the line, moving dudes around. So that's gonna help the run game, the pass game, the offense as a whole, which in turn can help the damn defense. I mean, I know our defense was like really bad, but bro, like the offense couldn't stay on the field. So, that don't help the defense at all. So now, hopefully we better go on some longer drives. The defense don't have to pull as much weight. Now, the second round pick is where I would say like our fandom is split, but not really. Not that split. Like the majority of people that I've seen and that I respect are not happy about the Drew Sample pick. You know what I'm saying? We picked the cat. You probably don't even know who the hell Drew Sample is. Drew Sample is a tight end out of Washington, right? He's known as a blocking tight end. He's 6'5", I think like 260, 6'5", 254. That's what it is. He's 6'5", 254. Ran like 4.7, right? The best blocking tight end in the draft, bar none. That's hands down. Okay, cool. You can kind of see what's formulating here. Clearly, we want to run the ball. We went out, we got an offensive lineman, then we got a blocking tight end. Here, the issue is the value here. You know what I'm saying? People feel like this was a reach, and they're right. It definitely was a reach. Drew Sample had like a third or fourth round grade, so we was kind of pissed. Even though we traded back, people were still kind of pissed because they felt like we could have got a better value here. I don't disagree with them. We could have probably got a better value here, but our coaches, for whatever reason, didn't think Drew would be available in the third. He probably would have, but hey, maybe he wouldn't have. No way for us to ever know now. So as far as the value on this pick, I don't think we got the best value. With that said, what does he bring to our team? I think actually more than most of like our fanhood is really, I don't think we're really thinking about this all the way. So clearly, Zach Taylor is coming in, and he's come from the Rams, who had, a ton of success running the ball with Todd Gurley. They're trying to really bring that toughness and up the blocking. Both of our other tight ends, Tyler Eifert is a pass catching tight end, and he's injured frequently, like always, man. Tyler Eifert, great dude. Like, this is not a shot. This is just a fact. He hurt a lot, like damn near all the time. And he had a terrible injury last season. So am I going to sit here and bet on the long-term health of Tyler Eifert? No. If he does, it'll be because he's able to play a limited role, just coming in on passing situations. And that's kind of what he was doing last year. He was getting limited snaps. When he was out, CJ Uzomah, our backup tight end, was in there. CJ Uzomah is not known as a great blocker. Clearly, we want to run the ball. So when we got a tight end in the game who's a decent pass catcher, but not a great blocker, is going to take away from the run game, right? So, all right. In comes Drew Sample. This is at least how I'm seeing it, right? Now, everybody's completely just in on Drew Sample because of his lack of production in college. He didn't catch a ton of passes. He caught like 20-some passes last year for like 230 yards. Not a lot. However, if you go and actually just watch, like, he's got 2 highlights on YouTube. It's not really highlights. It's like a breakdown. It's like film. You know what I'm saying? It's showing all of his plays for 2 games. Him versus Auburn and him versus somebody else I can't remember. Anyway, I watched both of them. If you watch them, first and foremost, he's open all the time. Like, he's open like 70% of the time. Now, he's running shorter routes usually. These are like 5-6 yard. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like Dwayne Haskins would throw that like tons. He loved throwing the 5-6 yard crossing routes. Jake Browning, however, does not. Jake Browning like to try to take a deep shot all the time. Like, I seen him look at Drew Sample and decide to not throw the ball several times. With that said, it's not like Drew Sample can't catch. He didn't have many drops. And every time I saw the ball go to him, he'd catch the ball, turn upfield, make a play. He's a decent pass catcher. Even if you look at his draft breakdown, one of his things is he has good hands. It's not that he can't catch. It's that they didn't use him in the offense, and his quarterback, sorry, Jake Browning, was trash. If you go look at CJ Uzomah's college production, it's lower than Drew Sample. CJ Uzomah had 43 catches last year in the NFL, like 400-something yards, right? That is more receptions than he had his entire college career. What does that mean? That just means that, bro, your college production does not always tell the full story, especially at a position like tight end. It's going to depend largely on your scheme and on your quarterback and just how they use you. CJ Uzomah played 4 years and had like 29 catches in college and then had 40 catches in 1 season in the NFL. Why Drew Sample can't do the exact same thing? Of course he can. And then he's a much better blocker. I was looking at some of the other top tight ends in the league. George Kittel for San Francisco, right? This man had, where is it? All right, George Kittle had 88 catches last year for San Francisco. 1,377 yards, which is insane. His senior year in college, he had 22 catches for 314 yards. All right, now he only played 9 games that year. So the year before that, he only had 20 catches for 290 yards. All right, now Drew Sample had 25 catches for 252 yards, 3 touchdowns. So all I'm saying is, as long as these dudes have the ability to catch the ball, he runs a 4.7, he's 6'5", 254 pounds. He's decently athletic for his size. He can come in and play a tight end role. The problem is we got him in the 2nd round. So I understand that's why people are pissed. But like, to me, that's over. And now I just want to know what he can bring to my team. You feel what I'm saying? Because he on the team now. 3rd, we picked up Jermaine Pratt, linebacker, NC State. I watched a lot of Jermaine Pratt film as well. And from what I can see, dude is a converted safety. He's decent in coverage, man. In coverage, I think Pro Football Focus said quarterbacks had like a 48 passer rating against him, which is really good. Now, the game I saw happened to be versus Clemson, where every time he got split out to the slot, he had to check Hunter Renfrow, who is an amazing route runner. And, he got open. He just killed him on one route. And then he beat him like one other time. But our guy still made the tackle. So that's a really tough matchup for a 240-pound linebacker. All right. But he still did a decent job there. Every time I see him on a running back or a tight end, though, clamps. You feel what I'm saying? in today's NFL, that's exactly what you need. You need a guy who can cover. Also, he had over 100 tackles, so he's got a high motor. He's got good athleticism. Now, he only played 1 year of linebacker, which kind of worries me. So I don't know how he's going to grasp everything. But the fact that he comes from safety makes me think that he will be able to grasp it. I mean, he grasped playing linebacker on the college level in 1 year. So it's not a whole bunch of bad stuff that he got to unlearn. Maybe that's a positive. I'm not sure. But I'm optimistic about the Jermaine Pratt pickup. After that, in round 4, we traded up actually for Ryan Finley. All right, quarterback from the same exact place, North Carolina State. Super accurate, cerebral quarterback, doesn't have the strongest arm. And anytime you pick a quarterback that doesn't have a super strong arm in the AFC North, it's like, you know what I'm saying? We play outside a lot. It's cold. Like, not at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year is always great. But, like, the second half of the season, and you see Dalton dip off even in the second half of the season as well. But, you know, he is a slimmer guy. He's kind of small. So that stuff is all kind of, that's negatives. Those are negatives. But he's really just coming in to be the backup quarterback. So I don't really have a huge issue with it. He might be able to push down like this much. But I'm not mad at the pickup. But we needed a backup guy. When Dalton went down last year, when Dalton went down last year, it was just over, okay? We went like 1-4 when he was out. So to have another backup quarterback coming in, I think he's just as good as AJ McCarron, who is a good backup for us. You know what I'm saying? So cool, I'll take it. Now after that, we get Renell Wren, the tackle. I'm trash at judging D tackles, all right? So from what I've read, he's like kind of a project guy, have some ability, but we'll have to see how it works out. Cool. Picked up Michael Jordan, center/guard from Ohio State. Great, more O-line depth. And then we get to Treyvion Williams, Deshaun Davis, and Rodney Anderson. All right, this is all in the 6th round. This is a great bro. This is a phenomenal 6th round, all right? The value we got in the 6th round, we killed the 6th round. You know what I'm saying? Treyvion Williams, beast mode. Dude ran damn near 1,800 yards last year in the SEC. That's nasty, all right? I think we actually had a really damn good draft. And it's not an exciting draft. It's not a draft that people are going to say, oh, man, look, they got this dude and this dude and this dude. But we wasn't just out here drafting names. And we've been a victim of that in the past. You know what I'm saying? We went in with a specific goal. Clearly, we want to run the ball. Like, it's very obvious. We got Joe Mixon. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL. It makes sense, all right? You know what I'm saying? We play in the AFC North. It's a tough division, and it get cold. Like, when it get cold late December, it's hard to throw the ball all over the field. Like, that's usually when we dip off. Like, we always start out hella strong, like, usually. You know what I'm saying? We start out hella strong in, like, the first 5-6 games, and then what happened? So, we made a concerted effort to add toughness and cats that could block. Then, we went and got running back depth with Treyvion Williams and Rodney Anderson. All right. Obviously, I already talked about Joe Mixon. We still got Gio. Gio's contract is going to be up here soon. I mean, he's fine for this year. But we revamped the entire line. We added running back depth. Y'all can see clearly what we're trying to do. Now, we grabbed a few linebackers because our linebacking core definitely needs it as well. But after we couldn't get Devin White and Devin Bush, I guess we felt like we could still get just as good a value if we waited. Now, you can say the same thing about Drew Sample, but again, he is the best blocking tight end in the entire draft. And I still think he'll be able to add a lot more value than people think in the passing game. I think he's going to play a much more essential role than most people are thinking. Like, I really do, because I don't know how people are expecting Tyler Eifert to be the same Tyler Eifert that he was that one amazing season he had for us a few years ago. Like, the injuries have just piled up. So he's only going to be able to play in spot duty if he's even healthy. You know what I'm saying? But watching the Bengals drafts over the years, we've never seemed to have a plan, right? And we've always kind of just picked players willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? But we'll pick dude just to replace this dude 2 years from now because Marvin Lewis hated rookies. Whereas now we're coming in and we're saying, no. This is going to be our identity. All right, we're not picking bad character guys. We're picking big, tough guys. You know what I'm saying? And speed, a little bit more speed on the linebacker side because we got to get some speed on that defense. Going in and sticking to that, like literally drafting players to fit into what I assume is going to be the system that we're running. You know what I'm saying? Just specifically. I think a reason a lot of people kind of feel away about this is because our team ain't never really been trustworthy in the past. And so I completely get it. But I'm optimistic. Like I'm pretty optimistic, man. It's kind of tough because you got everybody else in our division, man. They got exciting players, bro. They got people that you want to watch, like players that I was excited about when they was in college, and then they went to all of our rival teams: Browns, Steelers, Ravens. Sucks. It sucks. We've taken a different approach. We got off to a late start because we just got our coach this year. They already kind of had what they had. So all in all, I really like this draft because we came in and we set an identity as to who we're gonna be. And that to me is so refreshing. It's so refreshing to see that. Because we had a rough couple years, people forget all the talent that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, people sleeping, bro. People sleeping. I'm excited to see the new offense, and I actually think Andy Dalton might be better suited to a more run-heavy offense. You know what I'm saying? We pass so goddamn much, but Dalton is an inconsistent passer. You know what I'm saying? He missed a lot of those deep throws, and he's bad on third down. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can get some better plays drawn up on those third downs. We'll have to see what the season brings, but I'm feeling really good about the team. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just going to come down to what can we do with the pieces that we have. Boom. So anyway, that's just kind of my overview, my thoughts on the draft and how we did and the upcoming Bengals season. I feel pretty good about it. We'll see how it goes. I'll holler at y'all next time. FlemLo Raps. Wow.
Yeah, I'm no quitter, 'cause I'ma go get her.